What is inclusive education? InclusiveBC.org states that inclusive education means that all students attend and are welcomed by their neighborhood schools in age-appropriate, regular classes and are supported to learn, contribute, and participate in all aspects of the life of the school. Inclusive education is about how we develop and design our schools, classrooms, programs, and activities so that all students learn and participate together. I have worked closely with children with special needs and disabilities for 5 years. I have worked with them in typical classrooms, and I have worked with them in special education classrooms. So I have gotten the chance to see the difference between an inclusive classroom and a non-inclusive classroom. Today I would like to inform you on the benefits of inclusive education. We will talk about how inclusive classrooms help children with special needs succeed academically, the social advantages, and how typically developing students also benefit from inclusive classrooms. First, we will talk about how inclusive classrooms help children with special needs succeed academically. When children with special needs are included in a mainstream classroom, they have the chance to observe and learn from their peers. Their environment is more stimulating and they get more engaging instructional time. When they are surrounded by peers that may be more advanced than they are, they observe. They take in every single thing they see and hear. For example, if you have a child that has a speech delay or has a hard time communicating, by watching and listening to their typically developing peers, soon they'll pick up on those habits and those skills. Implementing an IEP, which is an individualized education program, is very important when it comes to an inclusive classroom. What is an IEP? A federal law called the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act requires that all public schools create an IEP for every child receiving special education services. Kristen Stanberry states in her article, Understanding Individualized Education Programs, that an IEP is an important legal document. It spells out your child's learning needs, the services the school will provide, and how progress will be measured. The IEP is meant to address each child's unique learning issues and includes specific educational goals. It is a legally binding document. The school must provide everything it promises in the IEP. Being able to observe and learn from their peers is very important, and implementing an IEP will help your child achieve great success. Next, we will talk about the social advantages of an inclusive classroom for children with special needs. Any parent and caregiver dreams to see their child be accepted. Being part of an inclusive classroom helps children with special needs build friendships. Sometimes they don't know how to make friends. They don't know how to ask somebody to play with them. It takes that typically developing child to say, hey, do you want to play with me, to create that spark and to make that connection. Being part of an inclusive classroom also builds the importance of being part of a community. They all learn to work and live together. They get the chance to feel connected, and they finally feel like they're a part of the team. So far, we've talked about how observing and learning from their peers help them, and how IEPs are very important. Also, the importance of building friendships and being part of the community. Finally, we will talk about how typically developing students also benefit from inclusive classrooms. Typically developing students also benefit from an inclusive classroom is not just children with disabilities or special needs. Inclusive classrooms help traditional students learn how to be respectful, helpful, and accepting. It helps them understand that everyone is different and that it's okay to be different. We're all a little special in our own little ways. Being part of an inclusive classroom can also help kids prepare for an inclusive society. As they grow and go through life, they will always encounter people that are different or that need a little extra help. Being part of an inclusive classroom now will help prepare them and help them better understand for in the future. Today I have informed you on some of the benefits of an inclusive classroom. We talked about how inclusive classrooms help children with special needs academically, the social advantages, and how typically developing students also benefit from inclusive classrooms. Marcia Forrest quoted, "Inclusion is a battle cry, a parent's cry, a child's cry to be welcomed, embraced, cherished, prized, loved as a gift, as a wonder, as a treasure. They're no different than us. They might just learn a little differently or look at life a little differently than we do."